Who does it belong to? Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, the right front of the 8 came off going down into turn 3. And that'll be a suspension for a couple crew members because it went back onto the racetrack. Dangerous situation. Not so much for the drivers, but that tire gets hit by another car. That's why it's an instant suspension, because it can get kicked anywhere.
That's a 40-pound item just bouncing around.
See how NASCAR decides to score this, right? Did we go back racing, and was there a position change at the front of the field? I was focused on the tire. You see that right front of the 8 leave right here. So now, NASCAR has to make, everyone has to be scored, because we saw a green flag and then a yellow, Jeff, right? Unless I'm mistaken, I was kind of focused on the tire.
The green was...
Which means we're back racing, so you can change positions. So now we're here at the 5 of Kyle Larson as the leader. So this is going to cost William Byron the lead.
You called it off.
And it's also going to award a free pass to the 23 of Bubba Wallace. You hear William Byron's frustrated.
He's saying they called it off.
Well, I'm on his. I don't think we should have ever seen him. He has time. Last time in 1 and 2, he really cooked 1 and 2 and missed the lane. This time, a much calmer 9 car, right around the curb. He's going to inch his way into the 5. We still have 75 laps to go. Those
Tyler Reddick and Joey Logano. Let's talk more about Kyle Larson. What you got, Marty?
Lee, it's funny you guys are having that conversation about the tire advantage Chase Elliott has stabilizing. Cliff Daniels noticed the same thing and radioed to Kyle Larson. Listen in.
It's getting a lot cooler. Everything's hanging on a lot better. You look great, man. Keep going.
With the cooler conditions, Steve, how could that play to Kyle Larson's advantage? And to your point about traffic, he struggled with traffic on the last run, so he knows what he needs to do better on this run.
Well, as the track cools, I just feel that it's less abrasive on the tire, doesn't take as much rubber. I think that these tires are pretty well leveled off now, so the cooler track has more grip, less dependent on mechanical grip. Right there, 2 crew chiefs work side by side, offices just feet apart at the Hendrick Motorsports Complex, but right now kind of worlds apart. Neither want to be the team that misses the championship 4. And that's really, when we talk about the 8 drivers we had coming in here, Lee, the 6 ahead, not making it would be a disappointment for all 6.
Yes.
This is the heavyweight of heavyweight drivers. They all hoped and expected, and their goal was to make that championship race with a chance.
The 12 of Blaney in 4th. Over 3.5 seconds back. He has the fastest race car on old tires. Don't count him out. He has a lot of work he's got to do. But if he can get by this 24 car, he could work himself up there.
And William Byron has to be a little careful, because with only 4 points to give, how much do you want to slide around in front of Blaney?
That gets a little more uncomfortable, doesn't it? The way that things run with 43 to go, we would have 2 drivers going to Phoenix trying to win their first title, 2 drivers going to win additional titles. Let's take you inside the world of the 24 as he gets passed by Ryan Blaney. Have a listen.
Ultimately, it'll be okay to lose one to Blaney. I don't see anything else coming. It's fine. It'll be okay to lose one to him as long as they don't lose a bunch more.
That's exactly what Steve and Jeff were just saying.
That's great leadership by Rudy Fugle saying, he's not the one we want to park in front of. He has to go win this race.
We've talked about the situation for Christopher Bell. Need to be the first car 1 lap down. Well, here, Kyle Larson is trying to put the 23 of Bubba Wallace a lap down. That will make him the first car 1 lap down. Take Christopher Bell out of position to get that spot.
Is this the move? It sure looks like it. Larson
They'll be eliminated now.
Wallace.
And if Christopher Bell leaves here not in the championship 4, they are going to look back on this round and just, what could we have done? Think of how good they were. Think of the frustration when he got to the line in Vegas, just barely edged out by Logano.
See him get by the 54 car. He once again is having issues with a transaxle. He has broken 3 to 4 of those things in the last 5 or 6 races. They have had all sorts of issues.
Finally, Larson clears Bubba Wallace to officially put him a lap down. And Jeff, to your point, and Steve, about Christopher Bell, now if he doesn't make it, what his fans and Joe Gibbs Racing Team fan base will be thinking, same goes for Kyle Larson. His fans will be saying, how can our guy win 6 6 races coming into this one here and not be good enough to go through, not be good enough to fight for a championship. He's got twice as many wins as the next best driver in season 2024.
I tell you, Jeff, I think you've called the sleeper in this, and I might have missed. Ryan Blaney is taking chunks off the lead in a hurry. 2.3 a lap. Now he's caught traffic, and that's going to make it a much taller task. And the traffic